I saw the Fnaf movie and it was disappointing. Kinda. Let me explain. So you guys have probably heard about the new movie being released about Fnaf. I mean, every Fnaf fan has probably already seen it. If you haven't, go watch it. I'm just gonna put a big spoiler warning because I'm gonna talk a lot about the movie and why I think it's kinda disappointing, kinda not. You know, it's a mix in between. I mean, the movie isn't all bad. It has some good points and some bad points to it. I think I'll go through the bad ones first, and then I'll go through the good ones because I think the good outweighs the bad ones, so I think it's better. Well, let me start with the 3 main points of what I hate. Not really hate, but I'm kind of disappointed about the movie. The number one is it's not a scary movie at all. It's not even close. I know the movie's like PG-13, it's not an R-rated movie, you know? I know a lot of the newer fans are like bigger percentage of the fandom is like kids, and I can't make it all brutal and dark, which kind of contradicts itself because there's some scenes in the movie that are like dark. For example, that one scene where Mike's babysitter gets eaten in half by Freddy. How could that be in the movie? That doesn't make any sense, you know? I mean, it's a good scene, don't get me wrong, but a PG-13 movie doesn't really make sense. They should just go for PG-16 or, I don't know, R-rated or whatever. It is, besides that, it's not really scary. The only scary part about the movie is like when they're like the robbers or the people robbing the place or trashing the place gets in. That's when it actually gets a little bit thrilling because the animatronic starts moving around. You can see them in the background. It's scary. It's thrilling. You know, that's actually pretty good. My opinion, they captured that perfectly. Like, and I understand, like, for the rest of the movie, it's not scary at all. At least for me, it's more like a fan-made video more than like a movie, if that makes sense, you know? Because it's supposed to be a Five Nights at Freddy's movies, but it's not. That's what I think, at least. The big problem I have is that, like I said, 3 major points where it's not scary. Vanessa doesn't make sense in this movie at all. It doesn't make sense. And I kinda hate that big "we are Fnaf" moment, if you know what I mean. You've probably seen a lot of TikToks about it or whatever.
Animatronics! How do we beat Springtrap? He's too powerful. What will we do?
Don't worry. Together, we are Fnaf.
I guess it's time to spring that trap.
Together, we are fucking living!
Okay, let's talk about the We Are Fnaf scene first, okay? So, basically, there's this one scene where Mike takes his little sister, Abby, with him to work because the babysitter died and he didn't know, so he just took him with her. He can't leave her alone, makes sense, right? And they both fell asleep in the office. But one of the ghost children, I think it was like Cassidy or like Golden Freddy, whatever, calls out Abby, and Abby rounds out to the main stage and meet the animatronics. And everybody think, at least for my cinema, everybody thought like, oh no, they're gonna hurt her now. Oh no, it makes sense, right? But they are very friendly with her. They're too friendly, which is like fine, I guess. I guess the robot, the ghost children doesn't want to hurt another child, which makes sense, right? Perfect, fair enough. Obviously, afterwards, Mike wakes up and runs, and because he notices she disappeared, and he goes and sucks after her. And obviously, Mike gets fucking scared of his life because there's moving animatronics, you know, it's scary, you know. There's nobody controlling him. He obviously gets a little paranoid. I mean, it's pretty normal, you know? And at first, the animatronics are pretty, like, hostile against Mike, you know? Makes sense. They hate grown-ups. They were so good. I mean, will them after murder them after all makes sense, right? That wouldn't be perfect if it doesn't contradict itself, because at first, they're very friendly against Abby. They don't want to hurt her. They just want to be her friend. And eventually, Vanessa gets in this too. She already knows everything about it. It doesn't make sense, but I'll talk about that later. And they, like, build this fort together in one of the scenes. Like, the We Are Fnaf team, where they build, like, a big fort. Mike, Vanessa, and Abby, and the 5 animatronics build, like, a big fort. And they're very friendly, you know? Right. But, in the end of the movie, they try to take her and murder her and put her in a suit. It doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm lost. Maybe I don't know the FNAF lore or whatever. I think I know it pretty good, but it doesn't make sense. Why would it be friendly for her then all of a sudden not be? I guess they're trying to trick her, but it doesn't really make sense in the scene, I guess, in the movie. I personally think. I think they should just remove the entire We Are Fnaf scene, whatever we want to call it, port scene, and just done something else with that entire part of the movie. I don't know. Maybe she's getting chased, maybe Mike could have saved her, and whatever, it builds on after. It doesn't make sense with the end. I don't know why the fuck they would be friendly in the beginning, and at the end they would, like, Try to kill her and put her in a suit. Doesn't make sense. I'll talk about why the movie isn't scary at all. I'll talk about it, like... It's fine. I was already expecting the movie not to be scary at all. And okay, and the third thing about what I hate about this movie is Vanessa. It doesn't make sense. So if you don't know, I'll put big spoiler warning. Vanessa is William Afton's daughter, which doesn't make sense. I get that the movie is based on the books, fair enough, but isn't the entire point of the game, or at least the game lore, that William lost his son and daughter, and then he went crazy, went for Henry's child, murdered her, and then become this psychopathic killer? That's the entire point. So basically what this means is that William is just evil for no reason, or does he have multiple children? Honestly, it doesn't really make sense in the movie, because Vanessa is already scared of her father. She knows what he did. At the end, she comes together to save them, fair enough, but like, it doesn't really make sense with the movie at all. It just, he comes in, hey, he's my father. Mike's like, why? Why didn't you tell us sooner? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really come out. She doesn't make sense in the movie. I don't think it makes sense because, like I said, he went mad because he lost his children, and the only son he has left is Michael. His oldest son, who later becomes like pink guy or something. He becomes like the endoskeleton living flesh guy, right, in the lore. And I guess I haven't read the books at all. I don't know anything about the books. I just know the video game lore. And the video game lore doesn't make sense. I think they based it on the first 3 novels. I don't know what they're called, but I'll put up a picture, whatever they are. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know, maybe they went through that style, but it doesn't make sense with the game. And she just doesn't fit in the movie at all. She comes at first, like, she was like a cameo for like security breach. Ooh, Vanessa, we love Vanessa. Ooh, you're gonna introduce Mike to the job, and then she'll leave for the rest of the movie. Makes sense, right? But she's a pretty major character in it. She just feels like a mini Matt Pat, if that makes sense. Just bringing around, giving Mike, like, actually, this is not correct. William is my father. She feels like a little Matt Pat, just giving out the Fnaf lore to the Mike and the viewers. And yeah, she doesn't really fit with the movie. The entire story with her doesn't make sense. I think the story itself is pretty good, fine at least. It would have probably been better, or yeah, it probably would have been better without her in the scene completely, right? Those are my like major issues with the movie, like those 3. There's obviously some random scenes, for example, that scene at the end where Mike just hides behind a fucking wall and electrocutes Bonnie and Freddy. Kinda stupid, but they work, fair enough. They're robots. Makes sense. This is my biggest problem. But those 3, not scary, Vanessa, and those friendly moments doesn't really make sense for me at all. They're just stupid. But again, the movie isn't all bad. There's some good things about the movie which I actually like. Let's talk about the first major things, the cameos. Obviously, a movie shouldn't be based on cameos. It's a movie. It should be able to stand on its own. But it was nice seeing actually Corey, Matt, that was actually in the movie. That was actually amazing. I thought they weren't gonna include him. I mean, it's a pretty big reason why the movies, like the game at all, is like still big. Obviously, the other YouTubes, Markiplier, Corey, Doco, all those motherfuckers, you know, those make also sense, right? They're big, they play the game. But specifically, Matt Pack was made for lore, or he made videos about it, which obviously he does a cameo, and I was happy to see him. He even went through his iconic like "That's a Fear" line. Everybody actually, my cinema applaud. I didn't know people was gonna know who Matt Pat is, but I'm kinda happy for him. Obviously, Corey was in the movie too, the cab driver. Regrets him, happy seeing him there. And then they had the living Tombstone, the first Fnaf song playing. Good job. They didn't see them really going with any other song, maybe like another Fnaf fan-made internet song, but obviously the first Fnaf, first movie makes sense, right? Let's go talk about this. Okay, let's now talk about like the mess stuff / the good stuff. Obviously, William Afton is in the movie. I think the actor, Matthew, I think his name is. Yeah, Matthew Lillard, I think. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, bro. He wasn't that much in part of the movie. Just the beginning scene with the beginning part with him introducing the job to Mike, and then the Springtrap scene, I think. He did pretty good. I think it fits out William Afton pretty good. Matthew did a phenomenal fucking job with him, and that's good to see. And Mike, holy fucking shit. I need to talk about Mike. Mike's character, story and everything, it's so good. They did an amazing job with Mike's character. Him losing his little brother to William, all the flash calls, dream theory. The actor himself just did a fucking phenomenal performance himself. It was fucking amazing. Good fucking job. I really like it. He was truly the big star of the movie. Not William, not Vanessa, not Abby. Him. Mike did an amazing job. Obviously, he's the main character, but he did an amazing job. We need Mike. Obviously, Mike is going to return in the next movie, but he did amazing in this movie. I'm really happy. He killed the role as Mike Smith. Absolutely. And Vanessa's actor, Elizabeth, she also did good. I have nothing against her. She also performed the character good acting, whatever, but the character just doesn't make sense in the story. Again, maybe it's based on the books, maybe it makes more sense there, but as a random viewer or like game enjoyer or whatever, it doesn't make sense at all. There's a lot of plot holes here. Maybe they will fix the plot holes in later movies, but standalone movie for the first movie, it doesn't make sense. So I think the actors did a good job, and they killed it. Yeah, they killed it. Nothing else. They killed it. I also think they captured the atmosphere of the like franchise or movie or the world, whatever we're gonna call it, very good too. Like the animatronic looks phenomenal. I don't really like the red eyes. They make sense. I don't like them. Maybe like the iconic black and white eye would have been better, but I still like it. Makes sense based on like William actually controls the animatronics. You know, it's good, right? It makes sense. Overall enjoyment, pretty fucking good. I still enjoyed the movie. There was like some moments that made me like cringe. For example, the We Are Fnaf part. And we have to talk about the spring lock scene. I was hoping not to bring that scene into this movie, because it happened so all of a sudden. He went to save his little sister from Sheik becoming animatronic. Out of nowhere, Springtrap comes in, aka William comes in and tries to kill them, and he's a psychopath, and Vanessa comes and tries to help them, right? The suit looks amazing for Springtrap, obviously. He controls them somehow, like just by voice activation, whatever. I guess the animatronics are all that, what's it called, advanced, and makes sense, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong, but it doesn't make sense why he could correct them, and it looks so goofy. Like, everybody probably was hoping for everybody in the cinema, or at least the fucking fan base, it's hoping for the spring lock scene, you know, where he died and all the ghosts around him. They did it pretty good. They were like animatronics around him, right? And then he in the middle, and then the spring lock suit is breaking up in himself. But it wasn't brutal enough, in my opinion. It was good, but it wasn't that very good. But it's still nice, satisfying seeing William fucking crush into the spring suit and dying or suffocating, whatever, right? I love that. I was expecting something more like, I'll put like a screen video here and you'll understand me. I was expecting something like that, or it was not brutal enough. And correct me if I'm wrong too, but I think only some few things went in his stomach. In the game, doesn't the entire thing collapse? The entire suit, just not the stomach part, the entire thing. Just the torso itself, just stomach and then collapse. It doesn't really make sense. And I think it should have been more brutal. I also love the Easter eggs in the movie. The Easter eggs did good. Obviously, Scott's entire thing is Easter egg in the movie, in the books and games. That's the entire thing. He did a good job with the balloon boy scares. Wasn't the scariest, but some people got scared, which is fair enough, I guess still. I mean, by the way, it's me. The fucking Sparky in the background. If you guys didn't know, like in the first FNAF movie, there's like this little myth or legend or whatever. There's like a dog animatronic in the first movie, or first game, I mean, which obviously isn't the case, but he put a Sparky suit in the back, which is kind of cool. Also, my big concerns and like critics about the movie. It's all around a good movie. I still like it. I'm probably gonna rewatch it soon again. I like the movies. I mean, I was 12 years old when they started talking about making a FNAF movie, and like 8 years later I'm here and I saw it, and I'm still enjoying it. I thought it would. I still enjoyed it, but it feels more like they should have made like more like a movie. They didn't make a movie. It was more like a collaboration for all the FNAF fans. Here's some major moments for the first 3 games. Take it and enjoy it, and then try to make some kind of, I don't know, cluster Easter egg into it. For like an average fan, it's not the right movie. For like a hardcore fan, people are gonna enjoy it or love it at least. Or for like an average viewer, you're probably gonna hate the movie. I understand. They said specifically this movie was made for the fans and not for like average people, which is understandable, but like still I feel like they should have done more with the story at least. I mean, again, Mike's character was phenomenal. The entire story of that part was good. Mwah, chef kiss. I love it. good job, Scott and Emma, whatever their director name is. They did a good job. Actors of the children also did phenomenal job. Abby and the ghost children, good. Everybody did acting good part, but my major problems with the movie is like not scary, makes sense. Vanessa and the friendly scene doesn't even make sense with the movie. Like, but otherwise, what would I give this movie? I'll probably give it like 50-60% out of 100 or 5-6 out of 10. God, it's like 50-50. 50% of the movie was good, 50% was bad, you know, it's like in the between. And like I said, some good part outweighed the bad part, so maybe that's why I'm giving it like a 6 out of 10 or 60%. But all around, it was an okay movie. I hope they do better with next time. It's Scott's first movie, and he needs to learn. I mean, he knows his lore better than anybody else. Maybe he's hinting somehow that the lore is incorrect, or he's trying to change it, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'll say. Oh, and good movie. That's what I think. You guys should go watch it if you haven't seen it already, and for some reason just watch it as a review. I'll set spoiler warning. Yeah, but a good job. Yeah, I see you guys later. Thanks for watching my review of the Fnaf movie. Yeah, yeet.